Love music, love talk, love Wycombe Sound.
Monday Movies on Wycombe Sound 106.6 FM.
Welcome, Houston. We're flying over the... mucked it up.
You're supposed to start with, surely.
This is Captain Stubbs. You're going to be flying... we're flying over the Houston... it's about 7 p.m.
Houston, we have a problem. There's a weird man on the line.
Yes.
Hello and welcome to the Monday Movies podcast.
Another hour
Hello.
of technically proficient broadcasting from your friends at Wycombe Sound.
That's us.
That's us.
Hi.
Yes. Hello.
How are we all?
Very well, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah.
Good. I'm very
Excellent
good.
stuff. Nothing will go wrong this evening.
No.
With Shouty McGee.
Who's Shouty McGee?
You.
Was I shouting?
Yeah.
Was I? Oh, I do
I think so.
apologise.
That's better.
Sorry.
Let's all whisper and do a really nice up close.
This is okay.
Coming up on tonight's Monday Movies.
Yeah,
We're talking about films, reviews, film.
I love films.
Creepy now.
I remember my first man.
I've been to David's Planet.
Yes, what we got? We got films. We got First Man.
David Planet,
David Planet's Life on Our Attenborough,
And-
Trial of the Chicago 7,
and some news.
and some news.
And I
And a
have-
top 10.
And a top 10, yeah.
Let's not forget the top 10.
And I have a short story to tell later on.
Excellent. Well, before this goes any wronger, not that that's a word,
No.
let's go. Toby, prime for takeoff.
Absolutely. Get ready. Fasten your seatbelts. You're heading into the show.
I thought he was going to say you're heading into the which would be technically accurate.
That's true. Monday Movies
Oh,
on
Monday-
Wycombe Sound 106.6 FM.
She was there eventually, wasn't she?
She was.
Oh no, she wasn't. Does she need to speak?
Monday
Yes, go.
Movies on Wycombe Sound 106.6 FM.
Oh, I thought she was going to do that of her own volition, but she didn't. Anyway, good evening. It's Duncan Strip here, along with Tobi Stubbs and Luke Davis.
Hi.
For another hour, I haven't said hello to you yet. Just
sorry.
wait for the introduction. For another hour of film reviews and chat on Monday Movies. You can get in touch by emailing mondaymovies@wycombsound.org.uk. Go to facebook.com/Wixo Monday Movies. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram at Wycombe Sound, and you can watch us live. Why would you want to do that? Goodness only knows, but you can on YouTube and Facebook. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good
evening.
evening, Duncan.
Oh, wow. Very clear you are this week, Toby.
I am, yeah. I'm
Toby,
auditioning
are you in
for,
a play?
New equipment.
I'm auditioning to be a pilot, so I thought I'd get into character. Yeah, no, I just thought I'd change of headset this week.
Is that how the job hunting's going, that you're now becoming
Yeah.
a pilot?
Exactly. I'm trying to mix up my life.
Nice, I like
see if
it.
that'll get me any interviews.
Yeah.
Well, Dominic Raab, wasn't it, who did say it, people in the arts, and you are in the arts, you're a singer, need to retrain
Need to
as something
retrain,
else.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Exactly.
why not
Exactly.
a pilot?
Can we,
I might
give
take
can we hear a little
virtual
burst of
lessons.
your sort of pilot stuff that you would say?
We're flying over Spain. It's 30 degrees.
That sounds like a pilot in a porn
I
film.
was going to say, it's a bit creepy, if I'm honest.
It's slightly creepy.
Next time you go on a plane, which realistically probably won't be till next year,
Yeah,
they just
yeah.
wait for the... When I
do
go on
always
planes,
do
I've
that.
noticed they go,
Yeah.
7 o'clock.
Do you know what that is? That's
So-
multitasking. Because they're flying a plane and talking.
And they've got to think, right, need
What
to
am I
tell them
doing?
the time,
Yeah.
the temperature,
Where am I?
where they're going.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hopefully they know where they're going.
I'd be happier if the pilots didn't speak. They got somebody else to do it. I want my pilot to concentrate on
Fully
flying.
concentrating, yeah.
I don't want him going, once you hear a pilot go, you think, what? No.
What are you going to
Be
say?
positive.
But then you won't know when you're landing.
Why? Look out
Very
the window.
true.
Yeah, no, but then you don't know how long till landing.
No, but somebody else could tell you that.
Yeah.
Sure. Anyway, this has got nothing to do with... People wonder why we haven't been snapped up by a
I
national
know,
station.
shocking.
We've just answered their question. This is Monday Movies. We're going to take a look at the box office top 10. We've got some film news, and we will be reviewing The Trial of the Chicago 7, David Attenborough, A Life on Our Planet,
Well
First Man, and An American Murder. All that to come in the next hour. How exciting is that?
You probably should say that's a documentary, not
What's that?
the murder.
An American Murder.
We'll be reviewing An American Murder.
Oh yeah, we're not just picking one from history and reviewing it. Charles Manson. Let's review one of his.
That. No.
It's a documentary called An American Murder. Shall we start with the box office top 10? While there still is one.
Yeah, well, that's very true. Let's start at the very beginning at number 10.
That's the end, surely.
But it's the beginning of our top 10.
Okay.
It's the beginning of the end.
Yes. Which is Cajanaire?
I can't believe this. You and Sally, neither of you can pronounce this. If you get rid of the KAJ and replace it with an M, what would
millionaire.
That word be? So it's
Killionaire.
Kajillionaire.
Oh, Killionaire.
Kajillionaire.
Yeah,
it's very
Kajillionaire.
small. I can hardly read it, but yeah.
Okay, it's Kajillionaire. Haven't seen it. It's a new film by Miranda July. It's an art house comedy. Apparently, it's a bit quirky and wacky.
Cool.
Which has put me off, to be honest.
I was going to say, you don't like anything.
I don't like quirky and wacky. No.
This week's number 9, you can also watch it on Disney Plus. Onward.
Yeah, I can't believe it's still doing so well at the cinema, but obviously there's not a lot to take your little kids to see. Onward is the...
Is it half term now?
Next week.
Next week, I think. Yeah, half term.
Yes.
It's the latest Pixar film that is now on Disney Plus about two brothers in a world where magic has been forgotten and they're searching for their dead father. It's a lot more cheerful than it sounds. Who's left a spell for them so that they can kind of resurrect him from the dead. Honestly, it's more cheerful than it sounds. But they only resurrect half of him, just his legs. Honestly, it's a lot more cheerful than it sounds. And they go travelling looking for the rest of him, and it ends up with a lot of people crying. Honestly, it's a lot
It's a
more
really
cheerful
good,
than
positive
it sounds.
film.
It is very good. It's well worth watching. If you've got Disney Plus, watch it.
I haven't. I need to watch it.
You do need to watch
I need
it.
to watch it. Number 8 this week, Bill and Ted Face the Music.
The third in what nobody thought was going to be a trilogy, but it's the third one, 25 years after the last one. And it's bonkers, but it's good fun.
It's what you expect from Bill and Ted.
Yeah, bonkers but fun.
And number 7, The Elfkins.
Not seen this. This is another kids'
I've
animation.
not heard of it either.
No, I don't think if things were normal, this wouldn't be in the top 10.
Right. It's actually Elfkins Baking a Difference.
Baking a Difference.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds absolutely fantastic.
It does, doesn't it?
So it's an animation that's neither DreamWorks, Pixar, Disney, or Blue Sky. So
I think it's German.
Okay.
It is German.
Good.
Okay.
But presumably in the English language.
I think, language, English or German. So it might. I was going to say it's dubbed, but it doesn't really matter on animation.
Yeah. Just to say, we're doing a top 10, even though I've seen about 2 in the top 10. And you've seen none.
Yeah.
So it's pointless doing this, really, but we're going to plough on.
We're doing it.
We're doing it.
Normality, it's what we need at the minute. This week's number 6, On the Rocks.
This is the new film from Sofia Coppola. Reunites her with Bill Murray. It's a romantic comedy set in New York. We will be reviewing it next week because it comes to Apple TV Plus on Friday. So I will watch that and review it next week.
I rewatched the Graham Norton episode with Bill Murray and Hugh Bonneville and Matt Damon the other day because it's my favourite episode and it's very funny.
It's very funny.
Makes me laugh every
Apparently,
time.
Bill Murray doesn't have an agent.
He doesn't, no.
You need to know his phone number. And if you know his phone number, you can just ring him up and say, will you be in my film?
And Hugh Bonneville wears lipstick.
Yes.
Yeah. This week's number 5, Cats and Dogs Paws United.
I'm not seeing this.
No.
I'm not planning to go and see
You're
it.
not.
It's the third, believe it or not,
Wow.
Cats and Dogs movie.
Oh, it's not even the one that I thought it was. I thought it was an animation, but this is one of those annoying
It's
real-life
one of the
ones.
Real-life talky animals. Not real-life talking animals, because they don't exist, obviously.
Obviously not, no.
Sorry to disappoint you. Sorry, kids.
Number 4 this week, After We Collided.
Which is doing such good business. There were reports in the trade press, in Screen International and Variety, about how well it's doing. It's taken 3.5 million at the UK box office. It hasn't got one good review, I don't think. But it's found an audience with the teenage girls that it's aimed at, because as we spoke about last week, it's based on One Direction fan fiction concentrating on Harry Styles. Which you'd have thought they'd have got him in it, because he does act.
You would have thought they'd put a cameo in or something, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Or if they couldn't get him, someone similar to him.
Someone that looked like him, yeah.
You could have done it.
Me?
Yeah,
I
like a
don't like-
short-sighted Harry Styles.
I don't look anything like Harry. Maybe from
I know,
a
that
mile
was
away.
the irony of what I was
Right,
saying.
okay. I see what you... Yeah, no, moving on. This week's number 3, Akira.
Akira. It's
Akira.
very famous. It's a very famous
Yeah.
manga cartoon. It was made in the 1980s. I've never seen it, but they've released it on the big screen. And it's done well. It's got to number 3.
Well, this week's number 2. Do you want to leave it for now? Say
Yeah,
mod?
why not?
Yeah?
Let's. Yeah.
Okay.
Or we can do it now.
Let's do it for
What do you
later.
want to do? Should we have
Let's
a
save-
production
let's save it
meeting?
for
What do you want to do
later.
it now? Let's save it for
Save it
later.
for later, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. And this week's number 1, obviously. Tenet.
Toby.
Again, I said every week that I need to see this, but I do need to see it again. I quite enjoyed it. I spoke to a few friends who didn't like it as much. Very cinematic experience film. You definitely need to go to cinema to watch this one. Great action scenes. The acting's good, although the conversations are very quick. And I overall enjoyed it.
Whenever you finish talking, can you just say over?
Yeah, and I enjoyed it. Over.
And that is this week's top 10. Is Tenet...
Roger.
No, Luke.
No, it's Duncan and Luke. You should know by now, surely.
Both did the joke at the same time. Is Tenet the longest top 10 film of the year so far?
Easily the longest top 10 film of the year.
Yeah.
Number 1 film of the year. Probably for quite a few years.
Yeah.
Most films go in at number 1 for a couple of weeks and then start dropping down. So
And it's number 1 of the decade as well so far.
Yeah, so it's probably going to break all sorts of records without actually making much money.
Yeah.
Well, it's made 16 million, which, to be honest, it's almost taken as much as Interstellar.
That's very true. Yeah.
So hasn't taken, which is interesting because it's not taken as much as Inception, but then Inception had a big star in the lead, Leonardo DiCaprio.
What was the budget? Sorry.
That's
Tenet.
exactly what I was going to say.
Off the top of my head, I don't know, but I would, if I had to hazard a guess, I'd say around 200 million.
And how much did it taken?
16 million in the United Kingdom, around 300 million worldwide so far.
Wow.
The budget was $205 million US.
So the way they work it out, you have to do 2.5 times your budget to break even. So it needs to take for about 500,000. That's not much. 500 million? Yes.
500 million, yeah.
It needs to take 500 million to break even.
In America, it's made 323 million.
You sure that's not worldwide?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Doesn't state.
I think that's worldwide.
Okay. That's worldwide, Duncan.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good. Glad you're all over it.
I'm all over it.
I'm glad you're on top of it.
Oh, no, there you go. I can tell you the exact figure. Worldwide, 333 million.
There we go.
There you go. Internationally, it's done 285. In the America, it's done 50.
So technically, you've made a profit, but you haven't broke even.
You can't. Those two things are. You can't make a profit. And no, you have to make a profit.
Welcome
you have
to
to break
Business
even.
Hour on
Yeah,
Wycombe Sound.
I know, but you just said you had. How much do they need to make to break even?
Because of all the marketing and all the money they spend. So they spent 205 million, say whatever it is, making a film.
Yeah.
And they'll spend the same
Of
again
course.
in advertising, marketing, and all the bump that goes with it. Which is why a film
Very
has
true.
to take double its.
And there's
budget.
probably been quite a lot of bump with this film because the amount of trailers they released and pushed back.
Yeah. But I mean, I suppose I was going to say next year when things go back to normal, touch wood, if things go back to normal, they could always re-release it at the cinemas, but it's already got a home entertainment release date in America. It's being released on DVD and digitally in December.
I mean, there's nothing stopping them, though, putting it back in.
No, you can always put it back in the cinema.
Yeah.
Look at Onward. That's doing good
Doing
business.
great on both, yeah.
People can watch that. So,
Disney are rolling in it.
so there we go. Tenet's number 1 and probably will be next week as well.
And the week after.
Because
and
there's
the week
nothing
after.
else. Yeah.
When do we think that Tenet's going to come out? When is the next big film
When do we think Tenet's going to come out?
of the top 10? At number one.
okay.
Number one place.
There is nothing until Wonder Woman in December, really. That could not,
Okay, then.
I mean, things could knock it off because it's going to get to a point where everyone who wants to see Tenet has seen it.
True.
So its box office takings are going to be, are going to drop dramatically.
Yeah.
So a film could come out and take 200,000 and it will go to number 1. But at the moment, I can't see anything coming out that's going to do that.
No. Well, we'll wait.
Unless
and
there's
see.
any more One Direction fan fiction waiting around the corner.
Well, I've done one, so that's going out shortly.
What, is it Luke Davis fan fiction?
No, One Direction.
Oh, One Direction fan fiction. I was going to say that would be quite a sad film if it's Luke Davis fan fiction.
Yeah, I've done
Oh,
one about
blimey.
myself.
Can you imagine?
It'd be great.
I mean, I know I like depressing films, but there's limits.
Thanks.
Okay, that's the top 10. We'll have some reviews coming up, but we'll have a little bit of film news now, shall we?
Let's have some film news, Duncan.
Yeah.
Presumably, you have both seen Mad Max Fury Road
Obviously.
Yes.
and liked it, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why?
Just because it was. When did it come out? A long time ago.
4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah, I can't remember.
There wasn't much talking in it, was there?
No.
No, it's more just like. Yeah.
Lots of. Anyway, it is probably the best action film of the last 10 years. Let's be honest. It is fantastic.
Yeah.
I can see by your faces that you don't agree, but it's a fact. Is that news? That is
Film news, yeah.
Anyway, the long-awaited prequel is now underway. Anya Taylor-Joy has been cast in the title role of Furiosa. So she's taking over from Charlize Theron because this is going to be an origin story of Furiosa. It's going to tell the backstory of her renegade character. 2015.
Wow, 5 years ago.
Yeah,
Wow.
5 years ago. In details revealed to Deadline Online, Furiosa is in advanced development with Warner Brothers and will also star Chris Hemsworth, Yahya Abdul-Mahin II, of course. With Miller directing again, which is incredible when you think that film was directed by a 73-year-old.
Wow.
Road. That is incredible. And he's going to be directing the new one as well.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why
So it's
not?
good, isn't it?
Yes, very good.
I mean, the good thing is, from my point of view, it's an origin story of Furiosa, which means no Tom Hardy.
God, there's
So-
always a
That's a
happy days
win-win,
for
isn't
Duncan, yeah.
it? No Tom Hardy.
No.
So thank goodness.
No, I liked Fury Road. I think it was very good. So bring on.
Good.
Bring
If
on
you
the
haven't
prequel.
seen it, go and see it. I think it's available on Netflix now or Amazon Prime.
It'll be on one
or
of
the
them,
other.
won't it? Yeah.
And if you have watched it and liked it, go to YouTube and just Google behind the scenes because the making of is even better than the actual film because very little of it was digital.
Yes.
It was mostly all in camera and all the big crashes and all the big chases are all actually
And the
real.
people flying all over the sticks.
Yes,
on the back
that's
of the
all
car.
completely real. And Tom Hardy chained to the top
Yeah.
of a car as it belts along. It was all real. So yeah, it's well worth
crazy.
watching. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Imagine the insurance.
Crazy.
Imagine the insurance.
I imagine it. It's good timing, Duncan. Welcome back to Monday Movies, where I'm not sure if Duncan can hear us. He can definitely see everybody, so hopefully this will work. As normal, Duncan is having horrific technical problems because it was fine on Saturday, fine on Monday, 7 o'clock on a Monday evening, and it goes all wrong.
No?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, there we
How
go.
are you?
Good.
Yeah,
How
good.
how
So
are
nice to be back.
you? Welcome back.
Thank you very much. Where were we?
Reviews?
Let's do some reviews.
Let's do some reviews.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what we're reviewing. You two can start because if I start, things are probably going to go wrong.
Well, why don't you give us your review first, and then you get
Yeah, go
out
on,
done with
go
it.
Oh, no. I want to know what you think first. We'll
okay.
start with the Trial of the Chicago 7. This is a new film from writer-director Aaron Sorkin, who wrote and created the best TV show ever made, The West Wing, obviously. This is the story of 7 people on trial stemming from various charges surrounding the uprising at the 1968 Democratic National Convention in Chicago. It stars Eddie Redmayne, Sacha Baron Cohen, Jeremy Strong, Mark Rylance and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It's mainly a courtroom drama. It's a true story about how these people were treated in court badly. No spoilers there. And it's quite relevant as to what's going on today in America. Tobi Stubbs, what did you think of the Trial of the Chicago 7?
Well, I'm as you guys know, I'm not that into politics.
I did not know that.
No, I didn't know either, though.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Start that
I
sentence
thought-
again, Toby.
Okay, so as you guys don't know, I'm not. I'm not that into politics. So when this film kind of got going, I was a bit like, oh, okay. But I think it's got a great cast. I think the script is really good. I think, as you said, it's kind of weird how it kind of resonates with what's going on today in America, and I think I thought Sacha Baron Cohen's accent was a bit weird. I thought Eddie Redmayne was amazing. The story for me was, I mean, it's based on a true story. I thought the story was good. For me, it's slow in parts. I mean, most of it is in a courtroom, so it is it is one of those kind of films. But for me, it was slow in parts. But overall, I did not like it.
Just not your cup of tea.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, and the themes, like American politics and stuff, are not really right up my street. However, I did enjoy it. So overall, I thought it was good.
I like your not enjoy it. I like that phrase. Luke Davis.
Well, I would have to say that I agree with Duncan. No, not Duncan. With Tobi. I thought the acting was really good. Nice to see Joseph Gordon-Levitt in a film, because I can't remember the last thing I actually saw him in.
The last thing I saw him in was in that other Netflix one with Jamie Foxx.
Yes, yes, that's true. Nice to see Sacha Baron Cohen in a sensible role ahead of what's coming out soon. Again, story. It's a true story. Again, on paper, not a film that I would go to. And I agree, it was slow in parts, but that's kind of what you expect. But like Tobi, I agree. I enjoyed it as well.
Good. I disagree that it was slow in parts. I thought it wasn't. I thought the time flew by. I thought the script was fantastic, but I expected nothing less from Aaron Sorkin. I love a courtroom drama, and Aaron Sorkin wrote one of the most famous courtroom scenes in film history, A Few Good Men. That was the play that he wrote, and then he wrote the script for that. I thought the performances were fantastic. The script was razor sharp. I just loved everything about it, and it's about an important time in history that resonates with what's going on now. The only slight complaint I have is the fate of Bobby Seale. So Bobby Seale was the Black Panther who didn't have a lawyer to represent him. He ends up being gagged and handcuffed in court, which is kind of forgotten very quickly. But in fact, if you look at the history, I think it was 4 days that he was in court, gagged and bound, which they don't sort of dwell on. I could have also done with a few more female characters. I mean, obviously, that time in history, there probably wasn't a lot of female characters that played a part in what they were doing. But it's a very male-orientated film. But all in all, I think it's a fantastic film. It's interesting. It was going to be a Steven Spielberg film, and they were going to make it I think about 10 years ago when they first thought of making it. And Sacha Baron Cohen, who is actually too old to play the character that he's playing, but he was the one picked by Steven Spielberg originally to play it, and Aaron Sorkin asked him if he still wanted to do it, so that's why he's playing that role.
If I have any criticism, but I just didn't think his accent was that great.
I find it hard to criticize American accents from British people because I don't know.
Yeah,
he sounded American. He sounded American Jewish to me.
It was just some words. It sounded English. I mean, I can't give you an example, but yeah. But Eddie Redmayne's was really, really good.
Good.
I also think it looked beautiful as well. It looked very nice, the filming of it. As someone that's done 3 years of film TV, I thought it looked...
Of course, we have to get that.
I thought it looked really, really good.
Well, this was made by Paramount as a theatrical release, and because of what's going on, Netflix swooped in and picked up the rights. So you can actually watch it if you want to see it on the big screen. It's showing at Empire in Wycombe now.
Oh, there we go.
One performance every night, so you can go and see it on the big screen. So marks out of 10.
Tobi?
7.
I'm gonna say 8 or 9. No, I'm gonna go for an 8.
And I'm going to go for a 9.
Look at that.
That's 7, 8, 9. But all recommendations.
Yes.
Aren't they?
Thumbs up from me.
Thumbs up from all of us.
Thumbs up.
That is The Trial of Chicago 7. You can see it at the selected cinemas now, or it's available to stream for free if you have Netflix. Also on Netflix, Luke, why don't you tell us all about David Planet, A Life on Our Attenborough?
Thank you.
As I am now calling it.
David Attenborough, A Life on Our Planet, is David Attenborough's latest documentary. He's the only person that has done TV. It's some radio, black and white TV, coloured TV, standard definition, HD, 3D, streaming now. He's been in film, and he's also got a game, as you found out, Duncan. There's an app.
He's done everything.
And on his Wikipedia page, he's got about 12 titles under his name. But this is his latest documentary. It's out on Netflix, and where most of his programs are like, this is the Earth. It is beautiful. Here's a parrot. Here's a lion. What are you going to say?
Nothing. Keep going.
This one is very much, look what you've done to the planets. You're all idiots. You're killing it. And here's how you can. And here's how I'm gonna make sure it doesn't go down the pan, basically. And then it's a very serious documentary. It's very, he's telling you off for most of it, and has some very serious messages in it. And it has a slightly lighter end on how we can, stop the Earth from warming up and global warming. But yeah, as always with David Attenborough, I think he's a genius. I've loved everything that he's done, and I loved it.
Tobi Stubbs.
For a 93-year-old, I think he's an amazing, remarkable man. I thought the documentary was good, depressing. Quite depressing, especially there's a part where it goes from, well, it kind of goes from the 1950s, I think, all the way through to the 2100s, which is weird to think about. And says, if we don't do this, then this is going to happen. I thought it was very educational, very informative, but also a little bit depressing. But I did enjoy it though.
I think that bit that you said though about from when it goes from like the 1930s and then like 2100, and it's just like, oh God, look at everything we have to look forward to.
I know, yeah.
Possibly could look forward to.
Wow, that's no one. I don't think anyone's even thinking that far ahead. But obviously,
he's also he's 94 actually. He's not 93.
Oh, sorry, 94. But he kind of is saying, we should be thinking ahead, and if we act now, then we can save the future, kind of thing. Which, I mean, even myself, I'm not really thinking about a lot. So no, very informative. I liked it.
Duncan?
I really liked it. I thought it was good. Like you said, it's different from his usual stuff, because his usual stuff is all, look how beautiful the world is and look at these lovely animals and look how they do their mating dances. This kind of felt like the first half you were being told off. For about an hour, and quite rightly too. I sat there thinking, oh God, David, I'm so sorry. I wish I had your email address. I would apologise. But then he turned it around. I mean, if it had just gone on like that, I think that would have been a failure as a documentary. But the fact that he turned it around by saying, everything is not lost. This is what you can do. You can change. And we got quite excited because there's a few things that he mentioned, and me and my other half, we go, we do that. We did, David. We already do it. So I was quite chuffed with myself, and I think David
I've
would
just
have
had
been
an
happy
email.
as well.
Just had an email from David Attenborough's team saying, please don't give Duncan his email address.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But,
sorry.
And I thought it was really good. I thought it was odd why they started in Chernobyl, but then at the end,
Chernobyl.
You say Chernobyl, I say Chernobyl.
Let's call
the whole thing off. But then, at the end, it made sense. Chernobyl was a place where basically life died and nothing could, no one can live anymore. No. But nature has taken it over, and it kind of showed that if we muck the world up and it all goes to pot, the only people that are going to suffer really are us, because everything else will come back. So I thought it was very good. I thought it was very good. When they announced that he was doing something for Netflix, I thought, that's very surprising, because he's done. No, he's already done a series for Netflix.
But that was
Our Planet.
But that was a Netflix and BBC collaboration.
But it's only been shown on.
But it's
Netflix.
only been shown on Netflix.
So he's already done stuff for Netflix. I mean, people forget. People just think now that he just does nature documentaries. But you have to remember that back in the 60s, he was the controller of BBC Two. It's down to him that we've got colour television. He was the one who brought that through, because the government weren't going to let the BBC have colour TV. He got colour TV on our screens. So, he's done an awful lot. But people just, a lot of people just think he just does nature documentaries. Well,
as I said, on
his done a lot more.
On his Wikipedia entry, so like the titles, I don't think I've ever seen this on anyone. He's got OM, GCMG, CH, CVO, CBE, FRS, FRSB, FRSA, I don't know what half of these are, but the amount of things. What?
He's probably made them up. Well, to be honest, he's 94. He probably doesn't know what they mean either.
Fair enough. But the amount of things that he's achieved in his life is,
It was interesting though, as you were being chastised by David and telling we're ruining the planet, and they kept showing scenes from his various documentaries over 50 years. I just kept thinking, well, your carbon footprint is quite large, David. You've flown millions of miles, so But then does he? Is that equaled by what else he does? All the conservation and telling us off. Probably he's a bit of a do-gooder.
Yeah. So you don't like him then?
No, I thought it was very, very good. It's well worth watching.
Yeah, highly recommend it. Out of 10?
9.
8.
10.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Have we had a 10 since Arrival?
Wow.
Of course we have. I think Endgame got 10.
Oh, from you?
Yeah.
I meant a proper 10.
One thing that I'm not a fan of is autograph.
That is random.
I know. Well, it was just at the beginning. I just went, I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting more.
He's 94.
Well, a massive D and a massive A.
I was just expecting like some sort of really fancy autograph.
Right, let's come back to you when you're 94.
Okay, good.
And we'll analyse your handwriting, shall
Hey,
we?
he looks great for 94.
He does,
Yeah.
yeah. He does look really good. And he doesn't look like he's going anywhere anytime soon,
No.
to be honest, you know. Good for him.
He's just. I think it's just nice to see someone who's passionate.
Yeah.
Like him on screen. So.
Yes, because I was saying while we were watching it, I thought, if I was that age, would I care?
Well, someone asked him, I don't think it was in the programme, but he's been doing lots of interviews running up to this with Prince William, some other people from Netflix, and also, who does all the train journeys?
Michael Portillo.
Thank you. Was it Michael Palin?
Yes, it was Michael
Palin.
Yeah.
And one of them asked, will you ever retire? And he said, no, I've got a platform, I have a voice, and I should use it for.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
Legend.
Talking of Michael Palin, though, if you like Michael Palin, because you obviously know he did travel documentaries back in the 80s and the 90s, he's doing a retrospective on BBC Two on Sunday nights where each episode looks back at one of his journeys. And they're absolutely fascinating. I mean, I obviously watched them when they were broadcast. If you've never seen them before or you've not seen them for a while, him looking back at them is very, very interesting. Because you see celebrities do travel shows these days, and you kind of know they're staying in luxury hotels most of the time. They're probably away for a couple of weeks. The one that he was looking back at this week was where he went around the world tracing the Pacific Rim. And they were away filming for a year.
Yeah.
To film.
Wow.
Well, he said at the end, they ended up. Where was it? Was it South Antarctica? Easy for me to say.
They started in Antarctica and ended in Antarctica. Yeah.
And he was like, we've been doing this for a year now, and my body's saying that it's time for a rest.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can imagine it probably was. But I mean, again, the first time I think I'd seen clips of them, but the first time I'd seen most of them, and it was a completely different perspective on how they do travel shows now, because it's celebrities going to the same place that you've seen another celebrity go to, whereas this was kind of one of the first, and it's like something people were surprised, and I think the reaction from the people that he was talking to who haven't necessarily had a film crew turn up at wherever he was was quite nice.
Yes, because he was going to places where they'd sometimes never seen a white person.
No, exactly.
And they've certainly not seen a TV camera.
No.
So, it's fascinating. I forget what it's called, but it's on Sunday nights on BBC Two at 8 o'clock, and there's 4 episodes, and they're all available on the iPlayer.
Something else can I throw in that I know you...
Please, throw away.
Or do you want to talk about it later on? We'll talk about it now. Savoy.
Cabbage?
No. the programme on ITV.
The Savoy? Yes.
Which is, I didn't know, I saw this started and I've watched them, and I jokingly went, there'll probably be about 4 episodes because of the coronavirus. And then it was like, oh no, there is only 4 episodes because of the coronavirus. But it's the second time they've done this.
I'm not sure if they've done the Savoy before, but yes, I've watched all 4 episodes of this.
I've still got the last one to go. And
there's my review of the last episode for you. They show as many people coughing and sniffing as possible. All the bits that they would normally cut out of a documentary, because it's in the run up to coronavirus. If anyone coughs, they leave it in.
We'll have that. I thought it was really fascinating because they're showing you the people from front desk to the people that are doing the flowers arrangement. To even the person that's doing flower arrangement is allergic to flowers, which I thought was, well done for her to keep going. People in the kitchen being shouted and sworn at by Gordon
They're
Ramsay.
allergic to food.
No, they've just got Gordon Ramsay shouting at them.
Okay.
I thought it was really good, really interesting, and the third episode was around the time of the BAFTAs, and they had a celebrity that they wouldn't name, and it was very funny looking at some people's thoughts on who celebrity could be with his choice of bed coverings.
Yes, they had to change the bed linen. They had to go out and buy blue satin sheets to change.
Lots of people think it was Robert De Niro.
I think it was Al Pacino.
Or Al Pacino, yeah.
They asked for it. They asked for it, did they?
Yeah. And
No, they said they had to change all the sheets in the hotel suite, yeah.
Right.
and they got there within 15 minutes.
I mean, there's a couple of people in big jobs in the Savoy. I think, how did you get that job? Because they
It's like
don't
me being
seem,
there, yeah.
They don't seem particularly good at their job.
Also,
and the head butler is such a patronising.
Is it you? I thought when I first heard it, I went, "Is that Duncan?"
No, I mean he's a bad manager.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he's not a good people person.
There's one bit, and it's like there's this couple getting engaged, and they got a room, and it was like it was £10,000.
But they didn't. No, that's the mistake. They didn't pay that.
No.
But everyone on, so they said the room is £10,000 a night. They had it for just so he could propose.
Yeah.
And people on Twitter and Facebook saying how ridiculous spending £10,000 just for a proposal. They didn't actually hire the room for the night.
No, they just had it.
They
for that
just hired it for 10 minutes so that they could propose in it. Which, if I was her, I would have been annoyed. You take me into a £10,000 a night suite, propose to me, and then say, "But we're not staying here. We're going to the travel lodge down the road."
Oh, look, it's the...
I'd have given him the ring back.
It's the Premier Inn by the London Eye. That's where we're staying. But I was like... Because before I realised that, I was like, so we're getting married, but we spent all the money on this room, so there isn't any wedding. Sorry.
Are you getting some tips for when you propose?
Yeah, don't buy £10,000 rooms to get engaged in.
Oh, I couldn't imagine you.
No. Well, what happens if she said no?
It would have been really awkward because there was somebody that took them up the stairs.
There was a film camera.
There was a film camera there.
It would have been really embarrassing.
And someone with their ear next to the door going, "Have they said yes? Have they said yes?" It would have been very awkward. But really good. I really enjoyed it.
Good. That is The Savoy. It's on ITV. The ITV hub. It is coming up to 7:45. Mr. Q will be here with Mr. Q's Country after the news at 8 o'clock, but we've still got some reviews and some film news to talk about. Toby Stubbs, what have you been watching?
Well, I've rewatched two films that are, one of them I knew I liked already, which is Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt. It's such a great kind of sci-fi. It's like now the film has Groundhog Day. It's kind of like Groundhog Day, a sci-fi Groundhog Day. That's the best way to describe it. I think the script's great. I think Tom Cruise is great. I know he's playing another action hero, but I think it works really, really well. Emily Blunt's fantastic. The action scenes are amazing. Storyline's great. And it's definitely one of my favourite films. I really, really enjoyed it. I loved it when I came out of the cinema the first time, and I watched it on the weekend just gone with some friends, and really, really enjoyed it. And the other one was...
Could we just check if Luke's seen it?
What was the film?
Sorry.
The Edge of Tomorrow.
Or
Yes.
Live, Die,
Repeat.
Yeah, yes, I have, yeah.
Good.
Did you like it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's really good. Really, really good.
All right, Luke, don't go over the top about it. Just...
It's Toby's time to talk. It's not ours.
No, I just wanted to, find out if you... All right.
Toby's time.
Well, you might not have liked it as much as me. I don't know.
Exactly.
No, I did.
So we
It
could
was
have got
very
a
good.
dialogue going there, you know what I mean?
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
The other film I saw, I must have seen this when this came out. I think this came out about 10 years ago, maybe longer. It's with Simon Pegg. It's called How to Not Make Friends and Annihilate People.
Or lose friends.
Sorry, How to Lose Friends.
Sorry, that was me patronising you. I promised I wouldn't patronise.
No, sorry. How to Lose Friends and Annihilate People. Thank you, Duncan. And it's a film where Simon Pegg gets to work for a magazine in New York. So he goes over there and he sticks out like a sore thumb. and none of the other characters or anyone who works with gets his British humour or anything. And I think it is just so funny. I think it still works well now. And what is her name? I can't, she's out of Spider-Man. What is her name? Kirsten Dunst. Thank you. She plays the other kind of lead, and she's great in it as well. And it's just a really funny film that just you get to see how different English humour is to Americans, and I just think it was such a great watch from start to finish, and loved it. And it's probably one of my favourite rom-coms now.
Oh. I don't remember liking it that much.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's very, very good. I highly recommend it.
I'm predisposed not to like it because it's based on the memoir of Tobi Young, the journalist and writer. And if you follow him on Twitter or anything, he's just a vile human being.
I didn't know that, to be fair.
He is a horrible man.
And also, another highlight: Jeff Bridges plays Simon Pegg's boss, and Jeff Bridges is amazing in it. So good. Plays such a
No, I
boss
don't like
character so
Jeff
well.
Bridges.
Do you not like Jeff Bridges?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Normally,
Tom
just
Hardy,
normally when
Jeff Bridges.
normally when
Come on.
Toby ever says that he likes anyone, Duncan just goes, "No, I don't like him."
No, I do like Jeff Bridges very much indeed.
Good.
Yeah. No.
So
So
that's
yeah,
How to Lose Friends and Alien People. Oh, where did you watch those two?
both on Amazon.
Both on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I think they're both about £2 or something to rent, maybe.
You paid
You
for
paid for it.
Well, my friend paid for them. He's like, oh, I'll get it. You don't have a job.
them?
So-
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Edge of Tomorrow is free on Netflix.
Oh, sorry. Edge of Tomorrow is included.
Okay. Good.
How to Lose Friends and Alien People is £2
Right.
or something. So.
I tell
And
you,
another film. Yes, sorry.
no, go on. You go first.
No, please. It's your show.
No. It's your show. Go on, off you go.
No, go, please. No,
Okay.
after you.
I watched The Greatest Showman yesterday.
Moving on. Okay. Well, you've never seen it before.
Yes.
Oh,
But
right.
that's the
okay.
first time that I think that's the second time I've watched it, possibly, since it first came out, since the first release.
That's the kind of film we need right now.
Yeah, it was. And I haven't watched it. I forgot how good it was. And I say that about the soundtrack whenever I listen to it. And, I forget how good the soundtrack is and how good the film is. The CGI is a bit, in some places, the elephants, the trains, and other things, a bit, but the bit with Zac Efron and Zendaya doing the trapeze, that was all real. So yeah, it's still a great film.
Good.
Duncan.
And I think it's on Channel 4.
Yes, or I think it is. Yes, it's on Channel 4. Yeah,
So it might be on
film
all
4OD.
player or something.
Or-
I know, I loved it.
And it's now owned by Disney because it was Fox.
Is it? Oh, so it's probably on the Disney.
I don't think it's on Disney Plus yet,
Disney
but
Plus,
it probably
possibly.
soon.
Okay. Another film that was out previously that we all watched. Now, the reason we said we were going to watch this because I'm pretty sure Toby had said he hadn't seen it, so we decided we were going to watch it.
No,
Turns out Toby had seen it.
I saw this when it came out, so it's not fresh, and I haven't seen it since. So it's not like fresh in my mind, but I just remember coming out, and it's such an amazing drama.
Oh, well, I watched it again yesterday afternoon. It's First Man, in case you're wondering. It's available on
Yeah,
Netflix
sorry, I should have said.
now. Stars Ryan Gosling and Claire Foy, and it's about. I was going to say Luke Armstrong, but it's not. I'm just looking at Luke and thinking Luke Armstrong. It's about Neil Armstrong, the first man to walk on the moon, and you think it's going to be sort of an action-packed film, but it's actually a drama about a man who loses his daughter, decides to apply to become an astronaut for a new start in life, and how difficult it is. And rather like Challenger, which we watched the other week, where we said, why on earth did they launch that rocket when it obviously wasn't fit to launch? This is another thing like that, because they were rushing to beat the Russians into space. And in fact, I'd completely forgotten in the film about the 3 people that died in the previous attempt when it didn't even lift off. It exploded on the launch pad. It's funny how history has, whether it wasn't mentioned or you don't think about that. When you think about space travel, you think about the first man in space, the first man to walk on the moon. You don't think about these poor people that died.
I think
along the way.
NASA always just say, that there are always sacrifices along the road. That's sort of how they just sort of wrap it all up.
But I thought this was just as good on the small.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've watched it on the small screen, and I thought it was just as good. I think it was really moving. 2 hours 20 minutes long, but it seemed to fly by. To be honest, Luke, your thoughts?
I completely agree. First time I'd seen it on the small screen, because I think I saw this in the cinema. Shocking, I know, but
Did you?
I think so.
It's not like you.
I
Sure.
saw it as well.
But again, I love space, so I thoroughly enjoyed it. Really good acting, great, true story. But yeah, it's very good. Thoroughly enjoy it, and it's nice. There's a nice take on from what other stuff they've documentaries and film and stuff like that.
Yes. And maybe for next week, then we should watch The Right Stuff, which is the new series, limited series on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, is it?
Yeah, it is, and it's a new version. It's a very famous book about the first men in space, and it was made into a classic film in the 1980s with Scott Glenn called The Right Stuff. But now it's been made into a 6-part limited series by Disney. It's on Disney Plus now, so maybe for next week, me and you can watch that, Luke.
Yes.
So wait, hang on. Have you guys got Netflix?
I think Houston's talking to us.
Sorry, Control, come in.
Houston.
Over. Have you guys got Netflix, Amazon, Disney Plus, and Apple?
I have Netflix, Disney, and I don't have Amazon, but Amy does.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I have all 4.
So
you have all 4 as well.
You're paying about £40 a month. Is that right?
No, Amazon I pay up front for a year, so that works out about £7 a month.
Right.
Disney
Okay.
Plus, I got the special offer for the first year. Right. Apple, I've got free because I upgraded my phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also have
so
BritBox. If anyone wants to watch the new series of Spitting Image, and you're on EE. There is a deal at the minute. You can get it for 6 months. So obviously other services are a thing, but if you want to get it, then check to see if you've got any deals anywhere.
Excellent.
Okay.
Good little advert for BritBox there.
Not as good as the original series, but still funny in parts.
We got a little bit more film news. Would you like some more film news?
I'd love some film news.
Yep.
Have we actually had any film news yet?
Yes, you did some at the beginning.
Okay. Let's have some more.
Yeah.
Another film is skipping cinemas. Surprise, surprise, as Paramount Pictures have sold Coming to America, the sequel to Coming to America. Because this one is Coming number 2 America. And they've sold it to Amazon Prime for a record sum of $125 million.
Wow. That is that's
silence.
That's a lot of money.
Presumably you've both seen the original Coming to America.
Pretty sure I've seen it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen it as well.
Good, bye. Yeah, we completely agree with him, but he's just ignoring us. Something else that's gone straight to streaming sites over here, which we didn't mention last week because there wasn't a show, is The Witches.
Okay.
We mentioned this the week before, actually.
Did we? It was on my list for last week, but
we talked about it last week and we mentioned it the week before.
Well, it's on. Okay. It's there. It's The Witches is going on somewhere.
Yeah. I'm not sure where it's going to go.
No, they haven't announced, I don't think. I would say Netflix. That feels like a film that would appear on Netflix, I think. I will put my money into the Netflix pot for The Witches.
Okay. We wait with bated breath. It's going to be out before Christmas somewhere. Another new film coming straight to Netflix, which was going to have a theatrical release, is a new film by Ron Howard. It stars Amy Adams and Glenn Close. It's called The Hillbilly Elegy. And the new trailer is up now on Netflix, which looks like an awards contender.
Hurrah!
Glenn Close has aged herself. If you watch the trailer, she does look very, very old. I mean, she is quite old.
I was going to say,
is that Cruella de Vil?
She did play Cruella de Vil in the live-action 101 Dalmatians. Yes, but and there's a new version of that coming out next year with Emma Stone as Cruella de Vil.
Well, okay.
New versions of everything. And talking of Disney, which we were with 101 Dalmatians, Disney have updated its warnings when films are viewed on Disney Plus, just to make sure that you are suitably warned for stereotyping and negative depictions and the mistreatment of cultures.
Have you seen it yet? The little message that pops up.
I haven't watched any. No.
So when I heard about this news on the Monday Movies Facebook page,
it's a very good page if you want to film news and information. Yes, very good.
I went on Disney Plus and I had a look, and actually it's not a skippable message, so it stays on the screen for about 15 seconds. But it's not, the text isn't very big either, So they need to perhaps make the text a bit bigger. But other people have done this. I think the iPlayer has a similar thing as well as the BBC schedule if they're showing old things. Because Brum, anyone remember the TV programme Brum?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
So they had put a warning on that, saying that this was made in before today, and there might be some stereotypes, which went on to Twitter to the press team, and someone asked, "What has Brum done? Why has he been racist or something in an episode?"
Can I ask a question?
He's a car.
He's a car.
Right. Okay.
Look it up. It's weirdly.
I haven't. Do you know what? I have not seen it for years.
It's very strange that it was very entertaining, but looking back at it, going, why did it just a car going round? It's a bit strange. Have a look, Duncan. It's very weird.
Is he from Birmingham?
I think it is set in Birmingham.
Is that why it's called Brum?
Possibly.
Possibly because the car goes.
Brum. Yeah, that as well.
I thought if you're from Birmingham, you're a Brummie. So I thought maybe it's,
I'm pretty sure it is set in Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Yes, I think.
You're not selling it to me. A cartoon about cars set in Birmingham.
I mean, I used to
crazy.
like it when I was growing up. I can't remember it.
Watching it back, you're like, what? It's crazy.
I'm actually going to watch it straight after this.
Good. Okay.
Okay, good. I forgot to mention something unless I did mention this and my memory is completely shot. So please tell me if I'm repeating myself. When we were talking about the trial of the Chicago 7, which was written and directed by Aaron Sorkin, who created the best TV program ever,
West Wing,
which is The West Wing. All four, because West Wing hasn't been available.
Oh yeah.
To watch for about 6 months now. It used to be on Sky Atlantic. They showed it constantly, and it's been off air. All four are putting all 6 seasons up from the 21st of October.
Yep.
So can I recommend, if you haven't seen The West Wing, that you watch The West Wing? It kind of invented the walk and talk. In dramas where people walk down corridors.
Breaking the fourth wall.
No. They don't break the fourth wall. No. Walk and talk is where long speeches are done and conversation whilst walking down long corridors.
In one take?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
It kind of started that. But it is, honestly, it's the best TV series ever made. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Big words
and all
from
6
Duncan.
episodes. I know. All 6 episodes will be available on all 4
6
from
episodes?
the 20th of October. 6 seasons. Sorry, 6 seasons.
And I think they're showing it on 4 as well. Possibly, I think.
Possibly? I don't know.
Don't know.
I don't know. Now you're just,
Well, they haven't got Marvel anymore, so they need something.
That is very true. And if you're interested, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which the final season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which aired in America months and months ago, and all 4 showed all 5 or 6 seasons and decided not to pick up the last one or couldn't pick up the last one. It is going to be on Disney Plus in November. Thank goodness.
Huzzah.
How did you get on with that, Luke? Did you ever finish or were you up to date?
No, lockdown happened and I really got into it, and then I just stopped. I don't know why, so I need to pick that back up again.
Oh, you pick it back up. So
I think it was because I was going through it so quickly that the last series wasn't there, so I think I sort of put the brakes on, and now it's on Disney Plus. So I have something to watch.
Yes. Also, on the 30th of October, the 4th season of Somebody Feed Phil is coming out. It's only 6 episodes, I think, but we've just finished the 3rd season, and they're all fantastic. The one in London is very good. Have you two watched any more of those?
I'm still on the first season.
Yeah.
I've watched the first 2 or 3.
Okay, that's very good. Next week, so me and Luke will try and watch The Right Stuff on Disney Plus.
I might also watch
next week.
Onward.
And you're going to watch Onward. Yeah. And also, we can all watch Rebecca, Ben Wheatley's new version of the Daphne du Maurier classic, starring Armie Hammer and Kristen Scott Thomas, which is on Netflix from Wednesday.
Very nice.
Okay.
So that's Rebecca, First Man, and Onward. Not First Man. What is it? The Right Stuff. That's right. We've done First Man, haven't we?
We've done that. Take that off.
Rebecca, The Right Stuff, and Onward.
Yes.
All next week. How exciting.
I look forward to it.
Sounds
Duncan.
I look forward to it as well. Luke, Toby, sorry, any more songs to plug this week while we've got...
Funny enough, I've booked my next studio day, so I'm recording my next...
I thought he was going to say I've booked myself into rehab. But no.
So recording a new single in January.
Oh, exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. That is it for this week, though.
I
Luke,
don't get to plug anything.
Nope, I'm going to plug it for you. You'll be back tomorrow for drive time from 4 o'clock, won't you?
Yes, I will.
Excellent. I'll be back tomorrow morning from 7.
Ooh, that is
Because I know. I'm doing breakfast all this week,
Oh, really?
Monday to Friday, 7 till 10. So please join me for that. But we'll be back next week reviewing, like we said, The Right Stuff, Onward, and Rebecca. Luke and Toby, thank you very much.
Thank you,
very much,
Duncan. And welcome back to the Monday Movies podcast. That all went really smoothly.
Forget what I said.
I've just landed the show.
You've welcome back.
Have you? Well, that was a bumpy ride.
Yeah, it was. Sorry, we had a bit of turbulence there. But
I
we got there in the end.
think most of it though was recovered in the adverts though, so people probably wouldn't have seen or heard it.
Oh, okay, good,
Yeah.
good. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Anyway,
Two
good
things-
show. Thank you very much.
Yeah, great show. Well done, us. Two
you.
things to mention.
Yes.
One, you've now watched a clip of Brum.
Yes.
Thoughts?
That's just weird.
I know.
Weird. I thought
Early
it was
90s.
going to be a cartoon.
No.
No.
It's a
Car
live
sped
action,
up.
old fashioned mini car.
Yeah, it's a bit odd.
Very odd. Very strange. Yeah, I won't be watching any more of that.
The other thing to mention is that I was in the shower the other day,
Oh, God. Where's this going?
and I don't know if you're like me, but when I'm in the shower or just any spare time, I like listening to music.
Yeah, same.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
No, not in the shower.
No?
Yeah.
Never.
Why not in the
Yeah.
shower?
I'm only in there for how long are you in the shower for?
Oh, about 45 minutes.
You're not.
No, not really. No.
David Attenborough would be horrified at the waste of water.
What a waste of water.
Yeah, no, I listen to music in the show.
Yeah, I listen to music when
How? What do you have in the shower to listen
Just,
to? Do you
just,
have a
just
radio?
play,
My
no,
phone.
play on my phone or...
it's waterproof.
Oh, okay. No.
Oh, mine's
What?
not. If I, no, mine's not. I leave it
Your
on the side.
phone's waterproof, Duncan, probably.
You don't take it in the shower with you, do you, to get wet?
No, but it's on like at the
Right.
side or something.
Yeah,
Okay, no, I've never listened to
You
music
should
in
do
the
it.
shower.
It's a good experience.
Okay.
it is.
Anyway, so I had my Spotify. Other things are available, and it was on shuffle. And it was on one of their radios that they call it, which is basically a mix of music that you like, but also music that you don't like from the artists that you do like.
So it's a bit like Amazon. People who bought this also bought this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, like that. And this song starts. I go, oh, this is really good. I have no idea who this is from. So anyway, it starts playing, and there's quite a long intro, and this voice erupts from the song. And it was Tobi.
I know this isn't going to be me because
No.
I've never done a song. So
But it was Tobi, and it was
Oh.
and it gets weirder. It was your song "Waiting For."
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Thank
yeah,
you.
which was
Thank you.
excellent. I think I
thanks very much.
heard it before, but I haven't listened to it in ages.
Oh, wow.
and-
Wait, hang on. So how did this work?
I like the 12-hour Avenue Spotify page.
Artist page, right.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Thank
then
you.
on
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. You're right there, Duncan.
yeah. I was just thinking when Toby said, "How does it?" I thought he was going to say, "How much do I get for that?"
Well, Toby, if I play it at least 1,000 more, you might get a penny out of it. So I like that. So the radio mix is a mix of music that I've liked by my favourite artists, but not necessarily songs that I play a lot or that I've liked or listened to before.
Right, okay. No,
Something
it's just
like
interesting. I don't really know how that's worked.
Neither do I, and if
But
Spotify
anyway,
are listening,
I'll
sorry.
take it.
So the nub of the story is you were in the shower with Toby.
no, because the weirder thing is, me and Toby had a conversation, and I've made something for Toby that was for that song.
It's basically the song's 3 years old this week.
Yeah. So it was
And
just all very
that's just
spooky.
Bit eerie, but
Bit spooky.
Small
oh,
world.
thank you, Luke. Thank
That's
you
right,
very
I really
much.
enjoyed it. Go and listen to 12 Hour Avenue.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's it called? I don't think I've heard that. What's it called?
Waiting for it's on YouTube. There's a nice video to go
Waiting
with
Very
it.
good
for-
video, actually.
Yeah, to be fair, you'll probably pick it apart because the storyline is a bit over exared, but still.
No, I think it's a great video. As someone
thank
that's
you.
done 3 years of film and TV, I thought,
Oh,
I
twice
very
in
much.
one night.
thought the story was great.
I'll give it a listen.
I'll link it to you, Duncan, and you
Yeah.
let me know what you think.
If
Okay.
if you're listening to this on the audio podcast, possibly the video podcast as well, I'm not sure. There's a link in the description for 12 Hour Avenue.
Can I just
Oh,
ask
thank you.
where is the audio podcast for last week, or did we not do one?
It didn't happen. Not my fault.
Okay.
I gave up after shouting at a wall.
All right. Okay. But there will be one this week.
There will be one this week.
In fact, you're listening to it now.
That's why there is-
So there's no real point advertising
No,
it.
not
because
really, no.
You are listening to
Yeah.
the podcast.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Good. Excellent.
That's okay. That's my little story.
That's your story. That's very good. you got a story for us, Toby, or are we all good?
What's the story? Or as your email is Tobias Stubbs.
Tobias, it is.
Oh, your name is actually Tobias, not Toby.
It is Tobias.
Which completely threw me off when he sent me an email.
Yeah.
I was like, I've no idea. This must be spam.
When I apply for a job, it's always Tobias, obviously.
Obviously,
So-
people think you're well educated and posh. Well,
And they meet me and then go, really?
Is that your garden in the music video, by the way, Toby?
No. It's
it's very nice.
The guy who filmed it for us, Aaron. He had a family friend she had this amazing.
He found a swimming pool somewhere.
We just broke into someone's house and.
It was very nice.
No, yeah, it was a really lovely house. Actually, I'll tell you a story about that shoot. Actually, she was a really nice lady. I only met her that day, so I didn't know her that well. And she said, obviously help yourself to, if you want anything, or any teas and coffees or anything. Because there was a few actors and a few crew members there for us. And I said, I'll make the teas for everyone. And I smashed the pot on the floor, which didn't go down too well. So, yeah, there you go.
Did you buy a new one?
oh dear.
I didn't actually. I should have done.
You can tell these are posh people. They use a teapot.
Teapot, yeah, exactly. That's true.
It was a pot for the tea bags, but it was like this china pot with a lid.
China pot for your tea bags. Yeah, come on. That's funny.
I dropped the lid and smashed it or something. I definitely dropped it and smashed something, and I felt so bad.
Yeah.
So.
Hope you reimbursed her for that.
I think so. She was like, look, honestly, do not worry about it. But I was very apologetic at the time.
It's only Ming. Don't worry about it. We'll buy another one at auction. It's fine.
No. But no, it's very, very good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good.
Duncan?
Okay. I've got no stories for you at all.
No.
Apart from to tell you that Lidl is now open across the road, and we're very impressed with the quality of the products and the prices. Thank you.
Good.
Every little helps.
And sorry,
Exactly.
going back to our conversation earlier, Duncan, are you on holiday now? Did you say?
I am on holiday this week, yes.
He forgot,
Right,
but he's on holiday.
Yeah, I did forget last week that I'm on holiday this week. But yeah, we're not going anywhere because there's a virus around.
Is there?
So we're not bothering.
Okay.
Hence,
But you got
I am
early
doing-
starts. Early starts this week.
Yeah, so no lions. I'm doing breakfast.
I'm
all
just a very horrible person. Duncan's got a week off, and I've made him do breakfast.
Yeah.
Luke Hashman has a week off next week,
and you're making
he's
him
doing
do breakfast. Yeah. Cruel.
It's the power I have.
But on the plus side, Toby, I'm getting fantastic comments from people.
God!
about how
there
great
you go.
the show
All
is,
I've
so
heard is banging on about how great Duncan is. It's really sick.
Well,
Can't help it.
When I wake up tomorrow, I'll
Yeah.
tune in.
Oh, I finish at 10.
No, I'll be up before then.
5-2.
5-2. No, I'm kidding.
It's more than Luke does.
It's true. I don't need to listen. You either wake me up at a ridiculous time because something's gone wrong. So I take that as I'm not going to listen. And I know you're good. I don't need to.
Oh, stop it now. Okay, enough of this self-congratulatory nonsense.
Okay.
We will be back next week to review Rebecca and Onward and The Right Stuff.
Done.
Those three things.
Yes.
Yes? Well, Toby will do one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have Disney Plus, do you, Toby?
No. Sorry.
But review anything else you'd like.
You know, I kept mentioning An American Murder and we never mentioned it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And yet we've all watched it, haven't we?
Yeah. That's
Next
what-
week.
Next week.
Next week. I'll add that to my list. Was there anything on my list of things that...
I don't know. You've got the little black book. Or has it gone technically?
Gone into my phone now. Toby was going to finish watching Challenger and let us know what he thought of it.
Sorry. No, I haven't.
No, Toby was going to watch The Boys in the Band trailer, documentary.
Oh, no, I haven't done that.
No, I haven't done that. And you were both going to watch the trailer for Bait.
No.
Bait. I'm going to write that down right now. Bait. B-A-I-T.
Yes. Remember? I reviewed it 2 weeks ago. Did you? Said how awful it was. The black and white film that was made on wind-up cameras set in the present day. And I told you both to watch the trailer just to see what you think of that.
Yeah.
Right,
I did watch it. I watched it while the show
Bait
was
trailer.
on.
We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
All that to come
Sweet.
next
Yes.
week.
Nice.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Say goodbye, Toby.
Bye-bye.
Say goodbye, Luke.
Goodbye, Luke.
Goodbye.
Bye.